Uh, Latha is also back with us. Latha, any key takeaways? Of course, we heard the governor talking about, they identified the upside and downside risks for inflation. First of all, of course, it was a very short press conference, very limited time that the governor gave the reporters. But anything else?
I think brevity was the hallmark of the press conference. I agree with you. Well, there was a note of dovishness in that the positive real return, that is the difference between the benchmark rate, the one-year T-bill rate and the inflation rate, they have allowed to come down to 1.25. That is a sign of dovishness, because earlier they were stuck on 150 to 200 basis points, though in reality it was often under 150. They are saying it is 125. You can take that as a sign of dovishness. But there wasn't much more in the policy which gave hope that there will be cuts. Since it was very brief, there was no statement at all on inflation outlook, except once when the governor said that supply side measures can also change the trajectory of prices, pulses, as well as improvement in railways and other infrastructure can improve supply and therefore bring down prices. But if you read the printed word, the committee quite clearly is worried about the tightening impact, the impact of 7th Pay Commission, the HRA and the second round impact, indirect impact. The MPR says, the monetary policy report, which is a background paper, says that when they did simulation studies, this indirect impact often impacts inflation expectations. So it does give a sense, and it speaks about tightening actually, as Ira Dugal pointed out. So in two places, the monetary policy background report speaks about tightening. I would therefore not be very sure about the future rate cuts. We have to really wait and see. There is nothing in this committee statement or in the monetary policy report to expect further cuts, except that they expect the 2018 inflation ending to be at 4.5%. If it is indeed 4.5%, there is space. But they say there are a lot of upside risks. The 7th Pay Commission, the states also will implement 7th Pay Commission. That will impart a 50 basis point increase. The GST will give another 50 basis point increase. And we cannot look through all of them, especially the second round impact. So I don't know whether there is further space for rate cuts. At least the committee statement does not give that impression. Okay. Anyway, if you could update us on the bonds as well as the markets.
Yeah, not too much change in the bond market, Latha, but in the equity market, what clearly stands out now is that it's business as usual. The